What's going on this morning, family? Black Finish checking in. Right now, I'm at the gas station coming to you with a little gas station therapy. Just wanted to talk to you for a moment about a few things that we deal with personally in our lives. Like, what are you waiting on? I wanted to say it like that because we tend to set up our own limitations and stumbling blocks and our own create our own demises, so to speak, with not following through with our actions or not putting forth the effort that's needed to actually get something done. You have more time in the day if you lay down earlier and wake up earlier. Like, you're gonna have to manage some of your time. You're gonna make some sacrifices. See, the thing is, being independent, being an entrepreneur, being in the limelight, so to speak, it looks good, but people don't realize that there's a lot of work ethics, a lot of work ethics that goes behind it. So, a lot of times the people that you see are loners. They just grind and they network differently. And it's one thing to say, "Oh, I'm independent," and then you're working, being a slave or being dominated by someone else. You see what I'm saying? And all I want to say is, what are you waiting on? Stop making excuses on why you in the situation you in and just switch it up, Like, it's literally going to be that easy. Now, once you start changing, there's going to be some fighting, there's going to be some frustration, there's going to be some conflict that you're going to go through, but changing is just making your mind up and saying, "Hey, I'm about to do what it takes, regardless of what someone else says, regardless of what they said that can't be done." Man, I can't look at me. I have had so many people close doors on me and tell me what can't be done or you couldn't do it this way. And instead of me saying, "You know what, you're right, I can't do it," I just keep hustling and find out a way I can do it or find a way I can do something similar to it. You know, hey, I take that too, but just for me saying, "Nah, I can't do it," I'm not, I refuse, So just because someone else haven't done it or they feel like you can't do it doesn't mean that you can't do it. So don't look at them verbatim as, "Oh, we got to do it the way the system say." We're not doing it what the system say. The system been lying to us forever. The school system's been lying. The whole thing is set up to turn you into a systematic slave and to make you dependent on someone else to feed you, take care of you, clothe you, take care of your family. And then when something happened and things go left field, you left holding the ball, or you having to sell stuff, or you having to relocate and just do things to help your situation better. So I don't knock what nobody do, but I will say this: you're gonna have to get started, like waking up a little earlier, doing what you need to do that's necessarily to get you over that hump, man. You just got to stop waiting. Like, I don't know who whispered in your ear and said you have a lot of time. We don't know how long we got. But if we gonna be here to be 75, 55, whatever the age is you want to live, you're gonna get there regardless. So if it's meant for you to be 80, why get there and you didn't do nothing that you wanted to do because it was just a thought and you said, "I really wanted to do this, but I had this situation." You never got outside of your comfort zone and you lived that time anyway. You're like, "Man, I should have sacrificed 5 years of my life. Look what the rest of the 40 would have turned out." You know, we got the sacrifice. And then number two is important because it's going to take a 2 year turnaround, man. Like, it's very valuable, to have that helper. That 1 year that you're gonna have to do it independently, and that second year, where that investment and that hard work you put in independently is going to be like a helper to help you through that second one, and that's when you're gonna start seeing progress. You'll start seeing some type of fruit on your trees. Some some leaves on the branches. You know what I mean? But we got to start waiting, man. And I just wanted to say that because so many people have told me that I can't do something. And by no means am I where I want to be at, but I'm a long ways from where I used to be at. And I'm knowing that there is no limitation. I'm not even saying the sky's the limit because I don't believe it. You know what I mean? I don't believe in limitation. I believe that the only limits I got is what I set on myself. You know, I believe that God created me in his image and I'm a God. I'm not as powerful as him, just like our children, when they're babies, they're not as powerful as us. We can dominate them. We can take their lives. We can, you know, we're stronger. And I believe that God is more powerful than me. He's all knowing. He's infinite, you know. So as long as I keep that in mind and I know who I am, I feel like I can push that out of me. If he can speak something to existence, so can I. If he can build amazing things, so can I. You know what I mean? So I feel like it takes the audacity to think something, you know. Life have shown us, if you look at it, look at the different insects, look at the different creations of building, look at the different network, and everybody do something different. Everybody got their own thing going. And then yet to say you would criticize somebody that want to do something different because they're not doing it by the system, you know, but they're making their mark. And to me, to live to be remembered, I say that a lot. Live to be remembered is a quote, and also a independent um, album release that I got. Pretty just a mix of music that I have released over the years. But you can find it on YouTube. It's called "Live to Be Remembered" by the Black Feniks, and I actually say that because I use that term because I want to be remembered, not necessarily for a good song, but I want to be remembered for who I touched, the lives I changed, the people that was looking for direction, and maybe I helped them find the direction, or what I built helped someone and took my family to another level. And I actually did something not only for me, even though I want to benefit from it while I'm here, but I want to do it for where I'm actually uplifting someone else because I believe this. I don't believe I can take anything with me when it's time for me to go. When it's my time is up and expired, I know I can't take none of my physical possessions with me, but I can take souls with me. I can take my brothers and sisters with me who followed the movement, who got something from me and took it to that next level. I can take them with me. You see what I'm saying? So they'll always remember me and they'll always keep me in mind was, hey, this dude right here helped me get to this level when I was on that level, or whatever the situation may be. And to me, that's living to be remembered, not only through me, but through someone else. So that's my goal. That's my focus. And I want to do it by example. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy how it takes time for things to come in full circle. You know, I'm in Oklahoma City now, independently building my business, getting my family established, so that way I can be here till my son graduates is my goal. Who knows? I might be even here longer once it's done, but as of now, my goal is to be here till my son graduates. So I'm giving myself 7, 8 more years or whatnot until he graduates. So I got time, or 9 years. So I got time. So my goal is to just utilize it, do what I can, and push myself. Don't take no for an answer. Get out, network, knock on doors, and with my container conversions and modifications, that just the ideal of that has helped me just think outside the box a lot. Even though it is a box, it helps you think outside of the box. If that makes sense. Because there's so much you can do with your conversions, like for business, especially. Like I look at it like this. Most small business owners, you know, we go through, you rent an old building or you get someone else, and we always embellish on someone else's ideas. Like, we want to get into their plazas, we want to get here because this is that. Why can't we just build our own and set it somewhere and do our own thing and start building a community like that? You know what I mean? So it's all about how you network yourself, you know, and giving it that professional approach, but also being realistic, knowing that you got to get started from somewhere. And if you can have a barbershop or hair salon that you actually own and it's a container, and if you want to locate it in a different city, or you want to put it in this area, you want to change the theme and the colors, you want to do something different, like, you can always add to your conversion, you can always modify it, you can always fabricate different things to fit your needs. And I want to use it just as a standpoint to help my independent people see how, okay, you can invest this X amount of dollars because it's wise. If you can invest $10,000 and you own your location, your business, and you can move it and you can be able to get money, man, hey, that is a plus. That's nothing. And if you can start small, because on a small scale, you're starting around 5 grand, 4 grand for, at least if you just say you're just getting your container first, you're starting around, between, probably depends on the size and where you get it from, at least 18 to 17 to 2,000, you know what I mean, on a 20 footer or something, on a used one, or, depends on where you're getting it from, like I say. But you don't have to be in no rush. You can take your time and build that. You can do some amazing things. One thing I like about Oklahoma is a lot of land here. A lot of people own land and they want to do the man caves and have houses, container homes outside of, at the rear of the house on the side when people come to visit and family. And, it's just convenient for hunters. It's convenient for growers. Like, it's a endless market, and somebody got to step into it, and somebody got to be able to do it from a raw standpoint. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna do it without kissing the major's ass. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not with all that. Like, that's why everything is handmade, and I'm doing this literally. So by me doing it like this, I got a bigger advantage, and my overhead is less, because a lot of times when these companies get started, they got the bread, they got the money, they get the facility, they get the air, they get everything going, and there's a lot involved in it. With me, it's hands on. I'm doing it from start to finish, so it's a different approach for me. You know what I mean? And I think when you doing what you're doing, it's gonna be the same. Like, you're gonna have to put your hands on. It's gonna be different for you, so you have more leverage when you're networking with your people and building your brand. But I really feel that things are going to go. I think the HogOn Cafe is going to open up some doors for me and for other people. I think that it's going to be a hub of networking, something that, that was established here by someone a black native who actually gave back. And that's what I want to do. I want to represent who I am, my culture, and I want to give back, man. I want to help the youth. I want, it's just, there's a lot that I want to do, so I have to work all the time as far as thinking, and I try to utilize my time, because I feel like if I plant the right seeds, I never know who I'm going to touch. I never know who I'm going to reach. If I get out early enough and I go to the store and I stand out there, I never know who I'm gonna run across. Like, I literally stood at Lowe's yesterday for an hour almost, about, so, trying to figure out trying to figure out how I'm going to get my patio door that I just bought back to the location, because they couldn't deliver it the same day. I couldn't deliver it on my truck because of the way, my welder in the back of it. So I'm like, man. So I'm looking for someone to network with, back in the West, in Phoenix. You can go to Home Depot, man. It's gonna be 100 people out there, with a truck or whatever, networking, ready to make some money. Here, people just, it ain't like that. And I like that drive, man. I like that hustle, man, because you can pull up and it's gonna be, you can, if you need your worker for the day to help you around the house, just go to Home Depot. Hey, man, I need 2 people. I want to pay. Woo woo. They like, all right, bet we'll help you. We got everything. They jump in there, you go, they'll follow you, and they'll do your job for you. Pay them, they go on. So you got more work, just call us back. You know what I mean? So it's always, I love that hustle, man. Like, everybody is grinding out here. It's like, I'm gonna sit at home. Can you give me something? I stand on the corner. Can you give me something? I'm gonna stand in this line. Can you give me something? Like, damn, can we work together and get something? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, man, the work ethics is ridiculous, man. This is what I've been noticing. People talk a good game and they want to be seen. It's all about, and I understand black people, like, I get it, but we gonna have to step above just want to be seen. We got to put some work ethics in to get our hands dirty if we're gonna change the way we living and the way we move around in this state, in this country. We're gonna have to get our hands dirty. Like, you're gonna have to get uncomfortable like literally uncomfortable. So, you know, I just wanted to say that, man, because I was just up thinking about it. Just like, what are you waiting on? Like, we got to make something happen. Like, stop waiting on someone to hold your hand. Stop having excuses. This ain't happened. This person did this. So and so hurt my heart. So and so broke my hurt my feelings. This and this happened. This boss said this. So and so did this. Well, they said I can't do this. But so and so said I had to do this. Strap all that, man, and just figure it out. Push, praying that something happen, and put some actions behind it. Don't just sit there and just pray on some rain. Go out there and figure out how to make a cloud. You know what I'm saying? Like that's that, man. We got to do something. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like we just got to stop waiting. Like procrastination is your enemy. Is your enemy. Like, you know, and I'm not saying don't overwhelm yourself. You know, some people say, you know, are you doing too much? To me, the people that tell you you doing too much of those, it ain't doing enough. You know what I mean? Because I'm doing just fine. You know, when you're grinding, I'm doing it at my speed, and that's what I want to say to anybody that's grinding, doing what you're doing. Do it at your speed. Find what your gear is that you like to be in, and do it at your speed. Me personally, I maintain an overdrive. So I'm in overdrive. That's how I roll. I'm always past 50. That's like how I like to cruise. You know what I mean? So that's just me. But everybody is wired different. You know what I mean? And I don't knock you or knock someone else because of how they get to where they got to get to. I choose to go the faster way. You want to ride a bike, that's on you. You want to walk, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? But don't knock the man who's or the person who's doing it the way they doing it. Just figure out the way that you do it, how you doing it, and don't get sidetracked. Because while you're doing it, there's gonna be other people doing it, and you're gonna be like, "Well, man, well, why I'm not getting this result? Why I'm not?" It's different for everybody. It's not a verbatim um, blue book to success. Oh, you use so and so success. His success will take you to that success. No, you got to use someone else's success, someone else, um, what they survived, what they went through. You got to use that as a guide. Like, okay, I can't do it exactly like they did it, but I can use it as a blueprint to get me there. And to me, I think that's what it's about. That's what you got to do. So, like I say, man, I'm just up here thinking this morning about that at the gas station. Um, had to come up here real quick, bring me a little coffee, and just get my therapy on, man. Thinking. I think it's good to do that sometimes. Get to yourself. Start your day off when you start your day off, and just be thankful, man, and work on you. Work on your goals, what you want to do, and just make it happen. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's going to happen overnight. Hold on.